Hey guys, what's going on? This will be the Oregon attack guide and operator picks for this site. I'd probably take a Habana just about no matter what. Capitao is not a bad choice. Jackal's not bad either. Thermite is good if you're going like toward a backside construction take. Blackbeard's always good, strong operator. Grenades on Buck, like I said, IQ. So I'm just gonna take Buck for the purposes of for this video, just so I can open some stuff up. And so let's talk about getting out of spawn first. So the construction spawn is definitely the worst in terms of, I guess, getting spawn peaked and stuff. There's more angles people can run out on you on and stuff like that. I'll cover that more though when I get the spawn peaking guide done. But easy spot for this is if you spawn street, it's pretty difficult to get spawn peaked. If you just throw a drone anywhere outside over here on top of these vans is pretty good. Gives you like good lines of sight. You get the drone here, you can see if they broke any windows in prep phase, you'll know where to peek. So one of the benefits of spawning here too, especially in ranked if you're not with the full team, is that you can shoot all three of the outside cameras by yourself, which is pretty nice. So there we go, we got all three cameras. You can shoot down the front door over here. We'll mostly be going over the laundry take because I think it's the better take right now. For some reason, people play this site in ranked and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think it's as good of a site personally. Also, just want to say thank you guys for all the support I've gotten and stuff like that doing these videos, especially Hates for making a Reddit thread about one of my videos. That got me a ton of viewers and stuff like that. Appreciate that, dude. So, okay. You got your front lobby down. You know you're safe to come out of spawn. You want to take control of garage over here. If you're not droning out the rest of the map, which if you have an organized team, you'll want to drone. If you're going for this hatch, you'll want to drone, have everybody spawn on the junkyard except for one person who shoots down the front door and watches for rotates. And you could have everybody else droning and clearing through this whole side of the map, like coordinated together, killing all the roamers, taking control of this side of the map. So once that's done, you have all this control of this side of the map. We'll go over what we're going to do now. So you'll have a Habana, do a Habana charge on the hatch, obviously, and open it. If there's a mute, you need to Thatcher it. There's no like delay, so you can't mute trick anymore. That's been patched. Could be fixed in the future, depending. They might reintroduce it, I suppose. But you can, if you do have the Habana charges tilted on here, it'll bypass the mute. It is not allowed in ESL without Thatchering the mute first. But if there's no mute, it is allowed. So you can shoot safely from outside and blow the hatch if there's no mute, or if you Thatcher it. So, you know, a couple options there. If this wall's reinforced right here, you're going to want to take another Habana charge or a thermite charge and blow it up. Just some nice angles over here that you'll get on the laundry closet. You can have the rest of your teammates burning ADSs over here. This should be an ADS, and over here. If you can get control of meetings, so if you have control of the rest of the map over here, and you notice there's not many people in meeting and attic and stuff like that. An easy way to check the attic is just to shoot with any gun. You just shoot a small hole and jump a drone through. You can drone through it. You can Habana these hatches, which will give you some pretty nice control and make the people that are down here in the hallway have a little bit of something to worry about. From the hatch, you can ash or buck this wall. So most people will have the top open like this so they can throw smokes in C4 when you're planning on the laundry machine. Which we're going to want to just like open the whole wall so they don't have any cover to do so. And you can then watch it from the hatch. Another good spot to buck as well, ash, whatever. You can even just shoot holes as well. You can use any gun. So even if you're just using like a regular gun, you can just shoot a hole right down. And you can see down the stairs, which is a pretty nice angle, pretty common spot. This will help if you have a thermite instead. If you are planning a thermite charge, plan it as close as you can to the wall right here. It'll blow up this part of the wall for you if it's reinforced or not reinforced. So now you have control of this whole side of the map, the west side of the map. You have control of garage, you have control of all upstairs, that's connected. You have your meeting hatches down. You'll want to take grenades, blow up all the barbed wire. You can throw more grenades over here. If there is no barbed wire, you can throw them into the hallway. You can throw them into this closet. If this wall is not reinforced, you can also spray, buck all this open so that people don't have cover. You want to make sure you have one person up top watching the laundry closet for pushouts. And you'll have somebody run down into the site, jump up on the laundry machine, and plant face first into the corner. If you plant like this, people can round the corner and shoot you in the head faster, where your head is tucked in the corner if you're planting like this. Because you kind of, when you're planting, the animation is that you kind of like look down and you're in the briefcase planting, so you want your head as close to the corner as possible. Then if you have like a Blackbeard or something on the stairs, that's always good as well. So the biggest thing is, in my opinion right now, since you can't mute trick this hatch, it's the best way to go. We'll go over like a backside take as well. So if you're going backside instead, you need control on the tower side of the map. So I'm planting. So we're going to pretend that this is downstairs, obviously. So you'll want to start droning through the tower, get control of all of the tower, make sure all the upper tower is clear, make sure the attic's clear, get control of meetings. So you're pretty much just droning teammates through over here, or having a teammate drone you through, droning yourself in if you have to, and ranked if you're solo and no one will like communicate or cooperate with you. Droning this all out, getting control. You can open up these hatches, shoot the batteries off over here if there's any batteries, because you can Habana those open. Obviously, you're going to probably need a thermite for this, but it's not 100% necessary. So you'll have, once you have control of meeting, it'll then take control of blue construction tunnel. Thermite open this whole wall. If you don't have a thermite charge, then you can just take the hall like this. It's obviously better if you have a thermite, but if you don't, it's still doable. Especially if you coordinate it with dropping through the hatches at the same time. And then you can tuck in and plant right here in the corner if you want to do a backside take. This shelving unit's bulletproof, so really the only thing that can happen is people can throw C4 or smoke at you over this wall, but they're pretty difficult to land. If you're just kind of starting out the game, you probably won't really encounter that too much. This is just an alternative take that you can do. It's not quite as good, I guess. It used to be better when you could mute trick the hatch, but because you can actually open this laundry hatch up now, in my opinion, I think the junkyard, take over. Clear everything. You'll have all this control over here, and you can plant on the washing machine. So we'll head over to the kids' bedroom take, which I actually think is the better site, but most people seem to be still picking lower, so I wanted to cover it first. Okay, so now we are going to go over attacking the kids' bedroom, which I think is probably the best site to defend. So good operators to pick is if you're doing an armory side take, I would take a Habana, thermite, sledge is always good. Definitely a Thatcher if you're doing an armory side take. If you're doing just a big window take, Buck's good, Habana's good, sledge, take operators with grenades. Gonna want to spawn junkyard. We'll go over the big window take. You would want to spawn street if you're doing an armory side take. So I kind of wanted to go over here so I could show you guys how to exit this spawn a little bit safer. So a lot of times I like to just park my drone right here in the small tower. This will allow you to clear this tower immediately. So you can just get right back on your drone when the round starts, start clearing out the whole map. So if you're not droning, then I would recommend just, get out of spawn. You'll be checking this window right here, and I'd leave the drone outside somewhere so you can see if those windows get cracked. And then right off spawn, just shoot this big window open. You'll have a teammate clearing for you, or you can clear yourself. Clear this out. Clear the showers out to the right, dining, kitchen. Make sure there's nobody on the top of the white stairs at the cheeky angle on you. Clear out the bathroom, all the way up to the classroom. So after you have all that done, you could buck underneath the people that are in the kids' bedroom. Better to throw grenades, so you can cook grenades, throw them. I'm not gonna take the time to actually cook them and blow them up on the ceiling, but you get the idea. So you have all this area clear. If this hatch is open from above, or if this dining wall is broken, you can shoot a buck charge here, sledge this wall, or if it's reinforced, you can use a Habana charge and watch it all the way back from dining, where it's safer. So all this above you is solid, whereas if you're sitting in here and somebody's throwing grenades and bucking the floor and ashing the floor from below, all that kind of stuff, you can get shot. Also want to be mindful if there's any angles in the ceiling looking down at the door, so you don't just walk right through the door. You can check that with the drone when you're droning out. So while you're doing all of this, it's not a bad idea to have another teammate outside. Make sure all these windows are closed, obviously. And just to shoot down these windows over here, just for pressure, because it'll get the people that are in the sites to lay down. And there's also a lot of really nice angles you can get if you decide to actually play out here. And if you can coordinate this together, where you have somebody grenading from below to get the person to move out of the safe spots and buck below, and you could be sitting up here on the window. This also gives you nice angles on this connector window right here in the hallway. And if somebody's sitting in the attic, gives you plenty of angles over here to see them as well. So now you have full map control. You're grenading, wasting as much time as you can on all these people. You can also grenade if you know there's somebody here. Like, oh, this is a very common spot for people to play. You can grenade from underneath. It's just right here. You can see where the stairs kind of end. And you can buck underneath, or you can grenade underneath. So it's just to the right of this doorway that you would start. So your whole idea is to get control of the white stairs, to get control of just stop the people in the kids' bedroom, I suppose. The biggest thing is you want to get control of these lower white stairs, though, and get the people out of kids' bedroom. Because if they're stuck and you have the control of this part of the map, and you have somebody on the big window covering you, you know they can't come underneath you in C4, you can just hop in the big window and plant here. If you have B control, you can swing in through the B windows, or, you know, you can smoke this hallway and you can run across if you've cleared all the wire and you have full white stairs control. You also need control of small bunks over here, though, so it is a little bit tougher to do. So then you could plant somewhere in here. There's a lot of nice angles. The bomb is normally right here, so it gives you a really tight angle on this this doorway over here, and a crossfire over here. So you can crossfire with somebody at the big window, so they can watch the long hallway. You can watch the white door over here. Definitely a good spot to plant. Another decent spot to plant is right here, if you can actually get in this far. Gives you a lot of protection over here, whereas like this thing is actually spammable. So as you can see, the bullet holes go through it, so you could technically be shot from it. So that's why if you can get in, it's a little bit better to plant here. Also, if people say, "Oh, they're planning, you know, big window," people just come up and they'll whip a C4 like right under here, whereas you'll be all the way over here, so you'll be safe to plant. Also, won't get sprayed. So if we're going over for an armory side take, we'd spawn street. Shoot out all the cams and stuff over here. You have a person at the front door watching the stairs, so you can't get rotated on. Break open the window over here. Drone all this out, make sure there's nobody here. You can grenade and buck from the garage underneath too if you want. But most people, I mean, some people will actually try to play in here, but I don't think it's a very good idea. But you can bomb out all the wire and stuff. This is where you would need ideally a Habana and a thermite. You can get away with just a Habana. So you'd make one Habana hole here, so you have control of the long haul. You'd need master control as well, and that's also why you'd have somebody at the front door. Whoever's at the front door, like this is a spot where like Buck could be decent at. You would shoot out these walls over here so you have good lines of sight into the classroom, because if you're, okay, ideally you want to plant in the small bunks. So you need to make sure you have attic control. You don't even really need attic control if you don't want to, but you can thermite the end of the attic and take attic control that way if you want to. But I don't think it's that necessary to take attic control, as long as you have this long haul control and this person can't cross. And then if you only have a Habana, you can just make a crouch level hole over here. And generally not the best plant spot, to be honest, because you can get shot from white stairs over here. You can get shot from a lot of angles, but situationally it can be okay. Like you can take a Montane and you know, block over here, and you have somebody watching the long haul. It's not a terrible spot. You need to make sure, like I said, you have somebody below though watching, so that you're not getting C4'd. So you'd have somebody at the front door, probably like a Buck. You'd have a Habana going up top, making the Habana hole here, maybe for like a Blackbeard or something. Crouch hole over here for your Montaigne and friend to plant. You can also just walk right here in the hall as well and just cover your teammate. You can actually plant right here in this spot. So you can just plant like this and have a Montaigne stand in front of you. It's a pretty good spot as well, and this won't even require taking... Well, it's always nice to take the Habana and open this wall just for pressure. So Thatcher this wall, Habana it, Habana this open over here. So that does require you to take attic control though. So if you're just walking straight down here, you will need to like thermite or put some type of pressure on this attic. I mean, you could also just have the Montaigne cover and walk past. A little riskier, but just some general ideas, I guess, for the for taking the site. So now we'll go over the tower right now for the next site. Okay, so now we are going to go over a tower attack. So the biggest thing with tower, like I was showing you guys on the defense, is it's going to be very, very aggressive. So we'll spawn at construction site for this one, so I could show you guys some of the runouts and stuff like that that people will try to do. On this site, more than others, people will probably try to spawn peek you in some way. This garage door is one example of a spot. People might break all these tower windows if you're spawning street and try to pick you from there. Another really common run out is through the tunnel, like the blue tunnel. A Jaeger will just run out. Or through this side door over here. They also could be sitting in that upper window that you can see on the small tower and peek from that window. That's also a very good angle to peek from. So let's assume you have drones set up so you know you're not getting run out on first. You've checked everything over here, you know it's clear. So your goal is to get control of the top floor. If you get control of the top floor, there's 3 ways you can do this, but in my opinion, I guess, the best way to do is to take control of the top floor. So you want to have somebody up here, probably a Blackbeard, to stop this. And somebody with grenades for barbed wire, shield, whatever these guys have planned. And then you also need somebody watching runouts from kitchen, because this door will probably be open, and the small tower, and being shot from over here. So, and running out and jumping out of these windows below you. So whoever that may be, you know, I guess. So this is the path, I think, of least resistance. It's the most likely that you can get run out on and jumped out on, etc. So, but essentially, you're going to want to get rid of all the barbed wire and people here. So if you have a Blackbeard here, it's good. He can't just die right away. He can also use his flashbangs to burn ADS, and if you have a buck, a sledge, whoever, they can just chuck grenades in here and blow up the shields, force the people out of the move. Also, at the same time while you're doing this, ideally you're going to want somebody on this other roof over here. So if you're playing this other roof, what's your job? Your job is to open up this window and make sure that these people can't hide in this corner of the tower. This is the only spot that window over there doesn't have a good line of sight on. So you're making sure that no one's hiding in this corner, basically. Good gun to take here is like an L85 or something. You could actually take sledge here is fine too, or Thatcher, whatever. If you want to bring the sledge here, move the buck up close. Like I said, grenades are pretty good for this site. So getting control of upper, you've burned all their ADSs, you've grenaded them out, you can then swing in. Before you swing in, obviously you'll want to drone a little bit, see where the people are. Swing in. Once you have control of this floor, you have a huge advantage because you're just looking down on everybody, essentially. So you can see down on every different angle that they have. Once you've cleared this all out, droned it out, made sure nobody's there, swung in, killed them if there's any people on the second floor, you can come down. There's probably going to be a hole in the attic to play that people are playing, but you can just, whatever side the hole's on, like more than likely the hole will be like right here, right? So you can plant all the way in the corner here where there's normally the bomb will be right here. You can plant behind the bomb. You can plant over here, so they have to take a wide angle to shoot you. You know, any one of these spots is really fine. The biggest thing is you're going to want to make sure there's nobody right up close. Once again, droning out, having a teammate come and hold it while you have another teammate holding the stairs from above. Like, This angle, if you're playing up here looking down the stairs, is very, very, very strong. So essentially, once you have bomb down and you have people sitting on this 3rd floor, you've pretty much won at that point. We'll go over the alternative takes for this as well. Alternatively, I don't really recommend this because you're just going right in to fight them pretty much, I guess. This would work more if you have a ton of people roaming, right? Like if there's people literally, if there's like 2-3 people in kitchen, this would be good, I suppose. So you'd come through the front door, shoot all the cams, thermite this wall, jump through. You would take control through tower and meeting at the same time. So you'd have somebody watching your back from the front door so that you couldn't get flanked. Somebody's sitting out here in the front door, watching your meeting door, calling through if you're getting flanked, whereas you're just like pushing through pretty much. You have attic control, you have somebody watching flank up there, so you're gonna have to have 2 people watching flank essentially. And you're just coming through, and you're just walking through here. So you can thermite this wall after you clear this all out, obviously. Like I said, I don't think this take is quite as good. It's more if you have a ton of people roaming on that side of the map. Even then, I would still just go for tower control, but just want to show some alternatives, I suppose. So you can thermite this wall, and you could actually plant right here. This helps too. This can be okay if there's like a bunch of people up in the tower, because you can just break open this window, place somebody right here, and they could hold the angles, because you can't really be shot if you're planting in this doorway from the stairs. So if you have full control here and you notice, oh, there's 3 people playing in the tower, we can't take tower, they're just shooting us off the sides, we can't win the battles up top, this spot can work. Now alternatively, even worse take is literally just, if you know meeting is clear, it's just, and you know this like lower area is clear, is just bolting through here and playing against the reinforcement and playing the post plant. Also, if people forget to make holes over here, none of this is closed, and you notice there's nobody like really playing this area, you can just open this door up, even put like a mountain right in the door and just plant behind this guy, and then you could play, there's a pixel peek right here that you can play underneath the door and catch rotators and see if they're on the bomb. The only thing you need to really worry about is this garage door right here. So you can be shot from that, but you can also play this angle over here and just kind of watch the garage door. If you have a drone on the bomb, wait for sound cues, teammates to call. So this is the only thing you really have to worry about when you're playing this pixel spot over here. So, like I said, ideally, you want to get tower control, get attic control, plant on the 2nd floor. Obviously, use the high ground to your advantage. But if you can't take it for some reason, or if they have 3 people, 4 people up top, you could do one of these meeting takes or something like that. If they're on the other side of the map, I actually take that back. I would not go for a meeting take because you can get flanked so hard. But if you have someone that's really good at flank watching, it could be okay, I suppose. But yeah, you can just run through here, run through this door, plant over here. This spot's a little bit harder though, because if somebody just jumps out of the tower and knows you're planning, it's a 7-second timer in ESL. They could just shoot this open. For ranked, maybe it won't matter quite as much. But yeah, just a pretty basic overview, just some different angles and stuff that you can try to play, some different ways to take the site, and we'll go over the kitchen site last. Okay, so we're gonna go over the kitchen side take. So you're gonna want to spawn junkyard here. Have one person spawn at street as usual, just to shoot the rest of the cams, shoot down the front door. Okay, so for a kitchen take, essentially all you need is control of this small tower. Well, I guess it's called office, but everybody calls it small tower. So just walk out of spawn, check the spots I told you guys about. You don't even have to shoot down this window this time, really, to be honest. You'll pretty much just break in through here. This is why this site sucks so bad. You would thermite this wall. It's always going to be reinforced. If it's bad read, you're going to want to have a person come here anyway. But if it's bad read, you're going to want to have somebody break down this door and just shoot all the batteries off. It's still good. They can hold a lot of angles for you over here too. The best thing to do is until you're actually planting, This person should probably just be watching their own back on these tower windows and stuff over here. So, but when you're actually planning, it would be good if they can come inside and just literally just hold wide angles. Your goal is to get the bomb down. So say the operators I would say you absolutely need here is either a Habana or a Thermite, someone with nades for barbed wire. Honestly, Ash is pretty good here too, because you can just burn the ADSs if there's any here and ash the wire. 2 grenades at least to say like a sledge. If this wall's soft, it's always good to have a sledge too, or an Ash, either one. So this wall should be reinforced as well. You have somebody watching the hallway. Could be like a Blackbeard or something from this window, so you don't get flanked. Thermite the wall, Habana the wall, whichever one you want, and literally just stick the plant. This is one of the strongest plant spots in the entire game. This wall's all bulletproof. The only thing that can happen is if you watch my defense guide, if you open up some angles like over here, you can throw smoke grenades on the wall, but pretty unlikely to happen, especially if you have somebody just standing out in the open. Like, they'll probably die, honestly, but you'll get the plant down, more than likely, especially if they're just, whatever side of the wall is soft, they could just spray it open, or actually even better is just ash it. This way they have no cover. So, I wouldn't ash too low, though, so they can get out. I would try to ash, like, up high, so, like, well, I guess they can crouch behind it then. I would just ash it open, so they have no cover this way, and just literally just wide peek this, like, it's a 4-second timer in ranked, 7-second in ESL. You'll have tons of people covering this angle, and you just get the plant down. If the wall is solid, don't even mess with it. Don't ash it or anything. There's nothing they could do, really. Just hold the angle on the doorway. And plant right here. Should be a guaranteed win. I wouldn't really try to do any other takes. I think they're kind of a waste of time. I mean, I guess you could go front door, but like, look how much room you have to clear out to get control right. So you only have to take control of the mini tower, thermite the wall in. Whereas if you want to go through here and go through like kitchen or something, you have to clear everything up top. You have to clear meeting, you have to clear tower, basement, classroom, just to come in here and plant behind like a freezer. I mean, maybe the only way that would be decent is if, like, I talked about, maybe you can play like castle in the small tower. You won't really see anybody really playing this site anyways, and even if they decide to castle this tower and play it really aggressively, you could still just throw grenades and kill them at the end of the day. Like, it's such a tight area. You're going to have minimum 2 grenades, so you can just open, burn all their ADSs with flashes, or Thatcher, whatever. Ash has smokes. If you take Ash and Blackbeard, that's 6. That will kill every ADS in the site, and then you just throw grenades through these windows and stuff. Open this window so they don't have anywhere to go. I mean, if you want to, and there's really that many people in this tower, you could open this window, have a Blackbeard sit all the way back here, and literally just run in. Say there's like 3 people in the tower, or 4 people. Well, this wall is probably going to be reinforced. If it's open, it's a different story. You're going to have to take the tower. And you can literally just run through this door and plant right here and have somebody cover you through the door. And then they're trapped on the wrong side. There's 3-4 people stuck in this tower while you've planted a bomb over here. And they have to come through this doorway, which is through this long hall, which is covered by a Blackbeard back there. Highly unlikely they're going to win that. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support I've gotten in the videos. Appreciate the Reddit thread that you guys put up. I think it was hates_. Appreciate that, dude. And got a bunch of support from that. And next guy that's coming up, it'll be, I haven't decided, either Bank or Canal. I had a user request for those maps. So if you guys enjoyed the video, want to see more, just subscribe, like the video. If not, I'm just happy that you guys are watching. Hope you got something out of it, and thanks for watching.